not let them bring your food out. If you ate that food, you would have gotten sick. We stopped in the kitchen. We're dealing with this now. Reba, Linda? Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you both. Come with me. Ask me, why are you mad, John? Ask me!
Why are you mad, John?
Because you're gonna kill somebody, that's why! This guy makes hamburgers with his hands. Then he comes and picks up this knife. Now there's raw meat all over the knife. Rubs his hand on this. There's raw meat all over this. Touches the buns. Cuts them with his hand. Raw meat all over everything in this kitchen. This place is completely cross-contaminated. He's responsible in this kitchen. But you're the owner, Reva. You're responsible for him. It's completely illegal. Do you understand that?
I'm not going to kill nobody.
Yes, you are. Did you put on gloves? Did you wash your hands once?
Look at your
One time.
Look at your
I did. I've been watching you for a half hour. This man should not be in here if he doesn't know what he's doing. And he does not know what he's doing. Let me ask you a question. Are you supposed to wash your hands after you touch raw meat?
Hello and welcome everyone.
Yes. You did. Look on the fucking camera.
You did. I will show you tomorrow. You're a fucking liar. You're gonna kill somebody. I would not eat anything here if you were you guys. You will get sick.
Touch my hands.
Please, I'm sorry. Please don't. Please.
And here's Chris, your cook. Look at Chris. Oh, okay, so he's wiping the sweat.
I hope
onto
everyone
this
have a
towel.
good Sunday.
Where does the rag go? All over his hands. And he puts it right there next to the other rags. Some lost for words. Think about this. This is bodily fluids that he is cross-contaminating a kitchen with.
As I'm watching this guy, I'm saying to myself how much it's going to take to get him on track.
Okay, this guy's now picking up French fries with his bare hand. He now has sweat all over the French fries in the basket. Now he's going out into the
discharge. That's what I'm thinking of.
Now he goes to the Brussels sprouts. If he touches those now, he just did. He's touching every one.
Crispy Brussels sprouts with goat's cheese and balsamic reduction.
Every one of those Brussels sprouts is completely covered in sweat. Have you seen an owner come into this kitchen?
No.
If anything was wrong, Miles did it.
Did you see a manager come to this kitchen? Who the hell is running this place? I want to find out. The food from this kitchen could literally kill somebody. I have to go in and shut this down and figure out who the hell is responsible. Henry, John Tapper.
John.
Nice to meet you. Let's go in the kitchen.
Hi. John, I like to cook.
If anyone want leave a like or sub or donation, it be appreciating and thank you.
Show him how many times you wipe sweat off his head, puts it down, picks up food, throws it on the grill, and your food is...
https://cash/cash.app/$superbeast-1905.
That stops short of amazing.
The #1 doctor-recommended pain relief brand. Now in a fast liquid gel.
Mike Chappell here, Patriot Software's founder. My first job out of college was at a huge steel manufacturing plant. I just liked working there because I wanted to be my own boss. I had no skills yet, but entrepreneurial aspirations were coursing through my veins. After 6 years of gaining skills, I took the entrepreneurial leap and started my own business. It was terribly stressful, and I was broke. That was the best business decision I ever made because now Patriot Software helps entrepreneurs live their dreams without worrying about accounting and payroll.
The fragment of the Earth's oldest stream in like that. All oceans move and forests rise. Still.
Okay.
I can't take this much more. Nick still doesn't have his food. He's not gonna have his food for a half hour.
It's giving me a headache.
Here, Leslie.
The kitchen. Now, what is Will doing?
Why doesn't he jump back there? I mean, you know, as the owner.
How about that burger for the cross?
He's doing it.
The rest of the food's been out 20 minutes. Gonna try hard?
We're gonna have to fucking go down. Damn it.
Are you ignorant or lazy? Which is it?
I guess they didn't, I don't know.
Why don't you care enough to serve somebody something that won't kill them?
Because I'm not the one that's in here running. I'm not the kitchen manager. They put me in front of the bar and I'm running the bar. The kitchen manager did not show up. I don't have
The kitchen manager didn't show up, so you don't look in any of the refrigerators. You don't check anything for cleanliness.
I shouldn't do, but that's what his job is to do.
John, this right here says the whole story, okay?
Oh my.
We got movement. We got movement.
Live infestation in here. How dare you put food out and not state anything? How dare you serve food with cockroaches walking around? Should you be running this place? You're gonna kill somebody! Candy, this is the worst kitchen I think I have ever been in. And you might be the most irresponsible manager I have ever dealt with. You gotta prove me wrong. Clean this frickin' place tonight, and I'll get exterminators out here, and I'll make it right. But you gotta start. Are you prepared to clean this tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, make this right. Get your bartenders cleaning the bar, you guys cleaning the kitchen, new oil in the fryers, clean the grill, get it as clean as you can, but you gotta own this. The level of neglect and irresponsibility is outrageous. Not only shouldn't anybody eat there, I don't even want to be in that room. I'm going to take a shower.
Can we order some food too, please?
You guys ready?
I'm gonna get maybe the Philly cheesesteak.
And I will do the chili cheeseburger.
Yeah, the food.
What is it? There's something wrong with Ben. What is he doing? It's not Ben anymore.
At HEB, we are committed to supporting local Texas farmers and growers because local means fresh and you can taste the difference.
That's why we're so proud to be a part of HEB Texas Roots. Our oranges are the perfect treat, and our grapefruits, sugar sweet. These are our Texas roots.
En alguna carretera lejana, en un pueblo del que nunca has escuchado, hay una camioneta Chevy. Y la persona que la maneja es una persona Chevy. ¿Tú sabes quiénes son? Tu primo, tu vecina. Y los que siempre están ahí para ti. No necesitan permiso para seguir adelante. Son los primeros en levantarse y los últimos en irse. Los que siempre dan esa milla extra. Y seguro, tú también eres así.
And the food's doing, Chef. What do you say?
I mean, I see just a general filth. The fryer's smoking.
So whenever there's smoke coming up out of the fryer like that, it's always dirt in the oil.
Always.
Because oil doesn't smoke.
Right.
The debris in the oil is
burning at the bottom.
That's right.
It's disgusting. And this carbon buildup on this grill, I mean, that's a fire hazard right there. Oh my God.
Look at the disgusting grill.
It's just jet black.
I've never seen it so dirty, actually.
I mean, that's crazy.
Look at that salamander.
How do you come here day after day and do nothing about it?
That sauce jar. Look at that jar.
Oh my God, look at that.
Unbelievable. This might be one of the worst kitchens we've seen together.
Real.
I'm in shock.
I mean, I've just never seen anybody cook in such filth.
And you wonder how many people walk by that and don't do anything about it. Particularly Natalie.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
That's the worst I have ever seen. Oh, look at the cutting board.
Gnarly.
So that's Casey. He's actually trying to clean a little bit.
Yes.
Look at the dirty rag. He's obviously never been trained.
No, it's clear.
He doesn't seem lazy, though. The kid seems to be
He's doing
working.
his best. He just doesn't know any better. The kitchen manager should be training him or keeping the standards up. But look at that.
Hey superbeast and chat. Like deployed thumbs up.
Thanks. Do me a favor. Send me a friend request on PSN.
Okay, we've seen it all. Food mishandling, filth. Now we've seen cockroaches. They can't eat this food.
No way.
So we have to get in there.
Yeah, this absolutely not.
I think you should go ahead and
Okay,
go stop them.
All right.
I was just looking for you. You can't find
He
me.
looks good.
I want
Then thank you. Hold on, let me give you a little plug. Okay.
That's problem solved. You cannot cook in this kitchen, dude. How dirty is dump of flour. Look at how he's doing this. Right over the trash can.
Practically in the trash can.
That one dish is going to screw the oil for the whole entire night.
Oh my gosh.
You should absolutely not be steaming like that. That'll absolutely access contaminants.
Look at this place. It's a mess. Look at the dirt on that counter. Look at the film everywhere.
That has never been cleaned.
That's absolutely a fire hazard.
Yeah. Look at these two. Instead of doing something to save their business, they're just standing around. So let's see what Chilwell was doing.
Great driving, Beast. Watch out for the police.
I hope he's not going to rinse those wings at the dish.
Thank you, and I try to.
All over that countertop, all over the area. It's not even in the bowl. It's dripping right now all over the counter.
He's touching the faucet.
No. He's put the valve all over the chicken. Look at that.
Oh, God. And then he's going to clean glassware with that, ready to eat serving utensils. Oh, this is bad.
Now let's see what he touches with his hands. Wow. See this chicken juice all over that container.
Now on the door handle.
He's opening a residential door. He's going outside. He's throwing that away, okay? Now the raw chicken meat is all over that door handle.
Raw chicken meat has now touched 6 to 7 different things in this kitchen.
So we have complete cross-contamination. God knows it could be on everything, right?
This is how you get people sick. I'm dying to see when he's going to make the ticket. I watched that ticket come in like 6 minutes ago.
What the? That's 23. See that?
Yes.
Is that calamari?
That's calamari labeled 23.
So that's over a month old.
Oh, that's the calamari.
Oh my
Or
God.
it's supposed to be calamari. I hope that's just marinade out there. Is the owner vaping in the kitchen? I swear I just saw the owner vape in the kitchen.
Yep.
Chef, can our people eat that?
Nobody can eat it.
So we have to stop that. That can't leave the kitchen.
Is your seatbelt on?
We'll see you in a little while.
Nope.
Silver or something?
You drink 2 of them, you're being carried out.
Mark.
Face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing.
Where is that calamari you just made? Let's send it out. Bring it back here. I don't want anybody to eat that. First of all, where's the calamari? Show it to me. Didn't this have a day 23 on it when you opened it? Yeah. So this is from 20.
Fog,
what year?
you streaming tonight?
This is 24, but it's new. It's not old. Then how do I know it's new if it says 23 on it? There's some mistake. Can you look at that, Chef? Is that acceptable? It's not old.
It smells fishy, BJ.
Smell that.
If anyone want leave a like or sub or donation, it be appreciating and thank you.
That doesn't mean nothing's fresh. It means
https://cash/$superbeast-usa1905. Nope, just watching you race tonight.
So are you gonna get the game?
The police officer cannot bother us no more.
Well, they're trying. Well, yeah, not y'all because they're on me.
I used to have this game. It's bring back a lot of memories.
Well, you used to get it. I'm planning to get platinum on it, and I'm not that far off from getting it. I think they drive away. Nope. How did I feel?
Bartenders have to drink to work. I do not understand it.
Drinking more than a customer. See that guy right there? His name is Church. He's a good friend of Lee's. And he's a chapel. He's here all the time. 2 times. Sherry is cooking. Okay.
One order right there. Touching raw meat with bare hands.
Cross-contamination all over. Look at that kitchen, buddy.
You did your best today.
And there's grease strip all down the stove.
I tried to, but I ain't finished yet until I can complete it.
So we look at a kitchen like this, chef, right out of the gate. We know there's no rules.
I think there's
We know there's no systems because nothing is set up in an organized
I think the Viper, I think it's a bit too quick for all the sharp corners. That's probably the reason why I'm messing up so much. And then go back to my other Dodge. Up and I got 2 Dodge. I got Dodge something. Either a Demon or a Hellcat, one of the 2. Then plus I got the Viper here. And got the Corvette, but now I got the Corvette that hasn't been upgraded yet. And then got the other Dodge here.
Pineapple and Nikita are just messing around. Josie is the only one working around here.
This is ridiculous.
What?
The chicken's raw. They're sending it back.
Sherry, this is not cooked.
We got major issues back there, and if we don't get it together, we are going to get people sick.
And where is Lee at this time?
Playing pool. Still playing pool.
You know where Cindy's on the beach? We going on a trip to the beach.
Kid, we conversating about it here?
Josie coming with us. Josie, you not coming? We went no pennies on the beach. No pennies on the beach. I know you ain't give her $2, and you just gave me $1? I could have pocketed your $20.
Well, that's probably the reason why I felt that it didn't complete the tracking time or the event.
If anyone want leave a like or sub or donation, it be appreciating and thank you.
Man, what's like about second? Little 2 seconds off.
Right here on the street before we even go inside. Is it for recon tonight? You know what I got? Here's the white.
I don't know. When I agreed to that, I wasn't watching this, pal. You're watching.
I'll send my wife into work.
What do you have?
So the logic was, we have to send somebody in who represents the market at the bar.
That's who should be in the bar. Oh boy. Good luck, baby. I love you.
Do you guys drink less? We do not.
There's Jolene. She's the bartender.
What kind of wine do you have? I have no wine.
No wine. No wine. No drink. These guys aren't catering to their market. They're beneath it. They need some high-end, sophisticated wines and spirits to capture their market.
I can make margaritas right now. You want a Cosmo? Margaritas.
Now, margarita is the most popular drink in America.
Right.
If a bartender can make anything.
You better be able to make a margarita.
First of all, you never shake with the glass up. The glass can go flying and hurt somebody. We're going to push it up against her body. She doesn't know how to separate it.
So the glass that's been sitting on the bar, her hand went on it, she shook it with it, and now she's using it as a strainer.
You actually can see people's facial muscles tighten from the sourness. Look, there it is.
Oh,
They've only for revenue. Here's Steve. You can tell who Steve is. He's wearing a black shirt. Here's his brother Eric. He's in a blue shirt.
Put it out.
They do well for a few years. Now they're losing thousands of dollars a month. They're in debt $700,000, and it gets worse.
Can I help you to the table? Give me this.
They're letting everybody destroy their lives and doing nothing about saving themselves. Here's Stu.
A third brother. A lot of things in my mind, sorry.
Look at this. There's a customer who just walked into the kitchen.
Ravioli. Ravioli, yeah.
Look how comfortable he was walking in. You know he's walking those doors.
Of course he is.
Not the first time.
I had ravioli. Where's the ravioli? This guy is a doormat. He's being walked all over.
These guys are the biggest wimps in the world.
Hey, Eric. Eric.
Look at that huge do not enter sign.
Do not enter.
Well, they got a pizza oven. You know how many bars try to cook pizza without a pizza oven? That's an asset in the bar. Some real pizza equipment. Low cost. High profit. It's a tank. That's Pablo.
What is this sauce over the cheese? Have you ever seen the cheese go on before the sauce?
The sauce is going to burn, and the cheese won't brown.
This guy is ass backwards. That's the countertop?
It's the roasted freezer. That's the top of a residential top-load freezer.
You know what I get like that? Somebody either sitting on it or sleeping on it. That doesn't happen.
What the hell is that?
That's icicle. Is that insulation? What is that? Oh my God. Everything on insulation is in the food, and that's not wrapped up. Oh. Fiberglass is made from glass that's folded in thin fibers. If it gets into food, it could kill somebody. It's incredibly dangerous. Fiberglass should be nowhere near food. Look at this freaking guy.
Unbelievable. He's grabbing his own chicken fingers or mozzarella sticks, whatever it is, and throwing it in the fire.
Hold on. Let me finish my order first, please.
What happens if they burn themselves? They get sued for a couple million. Come on, seriously. He's working. He make it. Why'd you let him make it? Because I like making it myself. I don't care. It's a free for all.
Well, I got it.
Stupidness, all right? I expect a tough rescue that's why I'm here. I did not expect owners that are clearly not doing anything to run their business.
Where are your two partners? I don't want to lose this business. I don't want to let my brothers down and my staff. I don't want to let anybody down.
You guys, I'm a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker. New Yorkers are supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be strong. You're letting somebody fire fireworks in your bar. These are your customers. You're disrespectful, and you let it happen. And they don't give a about you. They could walk in the kitchen, they could walk to the bar. I sent Josh in here. He walked right into your kitchen, made a pizza. Nobody said a word. Do you think any bar owner would allow that to happen?
How much you losing every month?
8,000 maybe more.
How much time do you have till you're done?
Yeah, I don't sleep.
If you don't sleep, do you have any money?
No, how you doing?
So, how has this impacted your personal life?
I lost my car. My house has been foreclosed twice.
How are you doing?
I have nothing. I mean, I'm a homeless guy. It's a dream of mine to have my own little studio apartment. I deserve to have more. I really, really want to be successful again. I want to have my own little studio apartment.
How are you doing personally?
Because it doesn't get so bad, I went and I got something on the side. I do telecommunications, so I'm surviving.
So you have a job?
Yeah.
How much money do you have in this?
Together, all of us, almost $700,000.
$700,000.
So what the hell are you going to do about it?
Whatever you say.
Whatever I say.
I want to make it work. I want anything. I'll do anything.
Anything. You know what I want? I want you to close this bar, and I want this room empty in 5 minutes. Let's see if you have the balls to do it.
I got it. We got to get out of here. Honestly, you guys got to go. You know, a lot of people that know me. Just
see your customers laughing
want to do an 18 and over night. It's your idea, it's your promotion. Let's see it operate.
We open in 2 minutes. 18 and over promotion has a lot of liability attached to it with none of the revenue potential. I would never get involved in an 18 and over night. But tonight, I'm going to let them run it and see what happens.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Come on in, guys. We are open for business.
Only one you're serving.
Tonight we're going to be using Mike and Brian's system for verifying age. They're putting 2 black X's on the hands of those under 21 and pink wristbands on the wrists of those 21 and over. Now let's see if they can manage it. I'm sending this 23-year-old. Jen is 23. I had to use a friend's ID tonight to get in who's 18. She's been drinking this cocktail for how long? Now, 45 minutes. How many times did I ask you to walk through the room? You blew it as an owner, and this promotion makes no sense. You could be sued for serving somebody under 21. If you miss this, you'll freaking miss anything. It's insane in here. These kids are going crazy. control. This is insane. She's chasing my cameraman. Are you kidding me? Get cameraman! Listen to me, guys. This 18 and over is a nightmare. He can't frickin' win. Shut it the down, guys.
Mark it out, guys. Every stars, mark them up. Thank you, guys.
Hi. Hello.
Give me Mixed Manhattan's straight up whiskey.
There's China, the bartender that he's talking to. The vermouth is sitting right on the shelf. It's one of those things you pop it open that you have to have it.
You right over there? Coming right now.
Here's the blue. She's the head bartender.
Right until the point.
yourself a busy night tonight?
Yeah, a little busy.
So how much do you hate him? Because I've never seen anybody be a bigger asshole than you. You beat up on him, who's running around trying, as you stood here and didn't do a thing.
You sound like him right now. You talk.
See? That's the idiot he is. Punch-drunk idiot.
Whatever you think, Tal.
This is a business that is no leadership. The fact of the matter is, this market is getting hot. And I'm looking at a bar that is about 6 notches below the marketplace.
Oh, you got some vermouth up here? So you know what vermouth is? It's a fortified wine. So as soon as you open this bad boy up, you only keep it for like a week.
Well, is everyone still there? It's gone quiet.
They get the cheap liquor and they put it in here.
Oh, it's like that box.
Putting cheaper brands of alcohol into premium spirit bottles. That's the type of thing that gets your liquor license taken away and your bar shut down.
Where do you guys keep the back stock of the cheap liquor?
It's a sad state that a bar is in when they feel they need to rip off their customers.
Which one of you two, or is it both of you, are poor
pouring cheap liquor into bottles. Don't you believe me? I've had two of your boys tell me that you did. I've seen the bottles. I've seen the bottles. You've seen the liquor. You want a man here that was show me that I was cheap liquor. Because you know as a damn lie, you know I didn't do it. Here's your funnel. No, you know a smart man knows when he's busted. We didn't tell these guys to put this in the liquor. Walk out of here. John, listen to me. This is your chance to come. You want me to walk out of here? And you better be straight with me. I'm being straight. Think about your answer. I'm going to walk out of here. Have you ever known that cornbread went in a cornbread bottle? Ever?
Yeah, I know. Only 2 bottles that we ever did. And I'll tell you the 2 bottles. I don't care if it's 1 bottle or 100 bottles. You're a thief. And I say the same to you. You're a thief. What integrity do you have left? Obviously none. Shame on you. I'm out of here.
Let me out of here.
We gotta make it right. We gotta do whatever we gotta do.
I need to talk to someone.
Shut the up. How about that?
Change. Nobody went to the bank today.
There's Max. He's one of the 2 brothers who opened it.
I have zero patience for any kind of stupidity.
And there's Reich, Max's brother. Reich and Max were Defense Department subcontractors in Afghanistan. Reich got wounded. That's why he wears those sunglasses.
If there's any customers, anybody who's rude or disrespectful, just let me know.
There's Sabrina. She's our manager.
Sabrina, can I get another bottle of these? Because we don't have that much.
There's Candace. She's a bartender.
Yeah, I'll be here all week.
There's Josh. She's a bartender. And there's Eric, chef. He's one of your cooks.
Josh Gates is finally telling what really happened.
Yo, we do all good luck, man.
I was in shock that he was the owner sitting there totally pounding drinks with people having a
This country is built on people doing the thing. The hard thing. The skip.
I saw this illumination that was moving with respect to the stars. We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us. So technically, it becomes an unidentified flying object.
Buzz Aldrin once described a strange flying object drifting across the stars. But the remarkable thing is that the crew avoided reporting it because they could not explain it. When he returned from the moon, he was no longer the same. The mission was called the greatest mission of time. Years later, he burst into tears in an interview and said, "The moon is not what people think it is." That reaction raises difficult questions about what he really experienced in that quiet world. of checks, navigation updates, and routine observations. The hum of the life support systems became the soundtrack of their days, and the stillness inside the cabin created a quiet space that none of them had felt before. The spacecraft carried them forward with smooth and constant motion, and each crew member knew that they were moving toward a place that no human footsteps had touched. After 76 hours, Apollo 11 slipped into lunar orbit, and the crew watched the moon stretch across the entire window in front of them. Craters and ridges passed beneath them, and the surface looked closer than
Hold on, someone text me on the phone. Oh, it's active. Okay.
Every detail appeared sharp and unfiltered, and the astronauts realized they were circling a world that did not resemble anything they had seen on Earth. The most unsettling moment came when the spacecraft crossed behind the moon, and communication with Earth vanished without warning. There were no voices from Houston, no signals from antennas, and no sound except for the quiet inside the cabin. For the first time in history, 3 people were completely separated from every other living human, and that silence made the cabin feel even smaller. The darkness outside pressed against the windows, and the crew waited for the signal to return while the spacecraft continued along its path. Buzz Aldrin later said that this silence created a strange awareness inside him because he understood how far they had traveled and how fragile their connection to Earth truly was. The moment behind the moon became a reminder that they were exploring a world that held no sound, no air, and no sign of life. It was a place defined by emptiness, and the astronauts felt that truth more strongly with every second of radio blackout. As the signal returned, the crew prepared for the next phase of the mission, yet the question remains. Was this the first moment Aldrin realized the moon was not the world he expected? Armstrong and Aldrin moved into the lunar module called Eagle, and the small cabin immediately changed the atmosphere around them because everything inside felt tighter and more fragile than the command module. Collins stayed alone in orbit while the 2 men prepared for the most dangerous part of the mission. Their helmets reflected the dim light of the controls, and for a moment, neither of them spoke as they checked their suits and instruments. The world watched from a distance, but inside the cabin, the only sounds were the steady clicks of switches and the soft static of the radio. When Eagle separated from the command module, the descent engine activated and pushed them toward the surface with a slow but steady force. The cabin shook slightly as the system adjusted to its new mode, and both astronauts focused on the data flowing across the screens. They had practiced this moment countless times on Earth, yet this time felt different because failure meant that no one could rescue them. Every movement inside the cabin mattered, and each number on the display carried a warning that could not be ignored. The calm rhythm of the descent changed without warning when a loud alarm flashed across the guidance computer. The unexpected warning stunned both men because the system had not predicted overloads during this phase of the mission. Engineers in Houston immediately searched for the meaning of the code, and their voices filled the communication line with concern. The pressure inside the cabin increased as the seconds passed, and the astronauts continued monitoring the controls while waiting for instructions. Mission Control finally confirmed that they could continue, yet the confidence inside the Eagle did not fully return because the alarms continued to appear. Armstrong kept one hand near the manual controls, and Aldrin called out altitude numbers with a steady and controlled voice. His tone remained calm, but the tension in the cabin felt sharp because it was closer to the surface. The view outside the small windows changed from empty darkness to a gray and uncertain landscape. The computer stroked again, and Armstrong made the decision to switch to the steps, and the sky was an endless black that held no stars, no clouds, and no sign of time. It was a view that did not resemble anything on Earth. Aldrin moved slowly, testing the ground with gentle steps while his heartbeat echoed inside the suit. He expected to feel excitement, yet a deep stillness settled around him as though the world had been locked in silence for ages. Each step created a crisp mark in the dust, and the lack of wind made the prints look permanent, as if they would remain long after he was gone. The landscape felt untouched by life, and the total absence of sound made the moment even more unsettling. Aldrin felt as if he had stepped into a place that had never welcomed anything living. The sharp shadows across the ground added to the strange atmosphere because they formed perfect lines that seemed almost unreal. The surface looked flat in some places and dangerously uneven in others, and every detail appeared sharper than anything he had seen through photographs. The moon offered no soft colors or familiar shapes, and the silence pressed against him like a weight that could not be ignored. This world had no breeze to carry away the dust and no air to hold any warmth, and the truth of that emptiness settled inside his thoughts. When Aldrin looked up,
this is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job to keep the power on. That's why he chooses Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wish someone would invent an easier way to put on your boots. Sketcher pad.
Left him with a question he never fully answered. What did he sense on that barren surface that words could never explain? Buzz Aldrin returned to Earth as a global hero, and cities across the United States prepared celebrations that stretched for miles. Parades filled the streets with cheering crowds while bands played music and reporters pushed forward with microphones to capture every word he said. He received medals from national leaders, and children waved flags as he passed by in open cars. The world treated him as a symbol of courage, yet inside, he felt a kind of distance that no applause could close. The excitement around him created a storm of noise, but none of it sounded real after the silence of the moon. During interviews, Aldrin tried to describe the landing with the same confidence he showed during the mission, but his thoughts drifted more often than before because memories kept pulling him back to the stillness he could not forget. Friends noticed that he paused at strange moments, and his eyes wandered as if his mind had traveled somewhere far beyond the room. At parties, he spoke less and listened more, and people around him realized he was present in body, but not always in spirit. The shift in his behavior surprised many because the world expected him to be full of energy after such an achievement. As days turned into weeks, Aldrin found it harder to reconnect with ordinary routines because simple errands felt strange after experiencing a world without air, sound, or life. He once said that it was hard to return to grocery stores after seeing infinity, and that single sentence revealed the emotional conflict he carried. The moon had changed the way he looked at everything familiar, and he struggled to ease back into a life that now felt too small. The silence he met on the lunar surface seemed to echo through his thoughts, even when he tried to focus on everyday tasks. The weight of that experience began to grow as he spent more nights awake, replaying the landing in his mind. He remembered the dust beneath his boots, the black sky above him, and the fragile earth hanging like a distant lantern. These memories did not frighten him, yet they created a heavy feeling that he could not shake. Some nights, he sat alone, staring out a window because the quiet felt closer to the moon than anything around him. Friends later shared that they found him lost in thought, as though he was reaching for something he left on that distant world. As time passed, depression started to take hold, and Aldrin described it as a weight that followed him everywhere. He felt as if the moon never truly let him go, and the emotional impact of the mission continued to press on him long after the celebrations ended. The world seemed
Man.
missions added even more layers to this changing story. India's Chandrayaan-3 lander and NASA's orbiters found tiny glass beads buried in the soil, and inside these beads were traces of ancient water preserved for billions of years. The water likely came from the moon's interior, and its presence suggested that chemical energy had once moved through the crust. The discovery hinted that the moon had been far more active in its early life than scientists once believed, and its surface had changed through processes that were still not fully understood. Artificial intelligence uncovered additional mysteries hidden within the lunar samples. By scanning minerals that Apollo astronauts brought home, AI detected faint magnetic patterns that pointed to a molten core in the distant past. The moon, which many assumed had always been cold and silent,
Some stories attribute great powers to the moon. It does have some effect on us.
Oh.
Since the time of the very first Apollo moon missions, researchers have pored over photos of the moon, looking for structure. And they found some unusual things. Only 300 kilometers away,
Man.
NASA and Lockheed Martin project managers announced preparations are underway for the Exploration Mission 1, a manned-derived spacecraft journey to the moon. The Chinese, Russian, and Indian space agencies follow suit, unveiling their own manned lunar exploration plan. These missions would be the first time humans traveled beyond low Earth orbit since Apollo 17 in 1972. But what could be the reason for this renewed interest in the moon? And just why has it taken humanity so long to go back?
We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
July 20th, 1969.
Good idea. We can see you coming down the ladder now. Okay, I just checked.
Over 1 billion people worldwide are glued to their television sets as they watch the shadowy figure of astronaut Neil Armstrong slowly step off the ladder of the Apollo 11 lunar module onto the surface of the moon.
Very fine. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The moment marks one of the most important events in the history of civilization. It is the first time a human being has set foot on alien terrain.
Apollo 11 is what people think of when you talk about Apollo today, and Neil Armstrong setting foot on the moon. The moon is roughly 220,000 miles away from the Earth. Even the best telescopes can't see what you can see when you're just standing on the surface.
Before we went to the moon, NASA was cautioned by doomsday
Right.
different people. People wonder what it would be like in a place like that, so different from this place here.
The idea of landing people on the moon has been in the imagination.
Okay, we got a free port.
After all, to be on the moon is to step into a mythological landscape.
Yeah, go get someone else, not me. Oh.
Stands on realm of a kind that is not Earth.
It was a huge moment for the human spirit.
Not bad.
As Americans put a man on the moon, it was
What are you doing for?
for all of humanity. Suddenly, science fiction became real.
and it opened up a new age of exploration. I think that every journey starts with a first step. The moon was our first step into the universe, into our solar system. It is awesome to think that already
Cigarette time. When's my smoking a cigarette real quick?
extraterrestrials on another planet.
If anyone wants to visit or talk.
The moon has captivated the imagination of humanity since the dawn of civilization. It is a quarter the size of the Earth and is by far the most dominant celestial body in the night sky.
It takes about 30 days to go round the Earth. The moon glows. That's not because of any property within the moon. It's reflecting the rays of the sun which causes it to glow. The reason that the moon has phases is that the Earth blocks the light of the sun as the moon moves round the Earth, so it incrementally gets a little bit more of the sun's rays.
The moon's importance is very great. It leads to tides, which help life transition from living in the ocean to living on land. It also stabilizes the Earth's tilt relative to its orbit. Without the moon, gravitational influences can cause the poles of planets to wander around kind of drunkenly, like a drunken sailor. The Earth would have been a much more chaotic place for life, especially advanced life, to develop if it wasn't for the moon.
While the moon is largely responsible for allowing life to flourish on Earth, this celestial body itself is inhospitable. It has no breathable oxygen, and temperatures on the surface reach extremes from 253 degrees Fahrenheit when it's facing the sun to minus 243 degrees in the shade.
It was a very serious environment because there's no oxygen. So the astronauts, once they were on the moon, they have to be completely sealed.
It's surface gravity, which is what really counts if you're going to go there. It's about a sixth of that on Earth, which is why when you see those grainy images of the early astronauts, they're sort of bouncing around, and the moon has no atmosphere whatever.
The astronauts, once they were on the moon, suddenly they were able to look at the world that they'd grown up on, the Earth, from a different place. They were able to see all of mankind in all its tininess in the universe. And that, I know, had a very profound effect on the astronauts.
Reaching the moon was such an unbelievable feat that even to this day, many people are convinced the entire event was actually staged in a Hollywood studio. But ancient astronaut theorists suggest not only did we land on the moon, but what we found there was more incredible than we know.
During the 1969 Apollo moon mission, after the landing, there was a very strange 2-minute gap in radio transmissions. And what happened during those 2 minutes has been subject to a lot of controversy.
Neil, this is Houston radio check over. Columbia, this is Houston over.
According to scientist and NASA researcher Otto Bender, various hand radio operators were able to intercept secret communications with mission control that were not made public.
The astronauts apparently talked about seeing extraterrestrial objects on the moon, including flying saucers parked along the edge of a crater within their view.
Now, the truth of it is that each of the astronauts had a separate medical channel. That channel was not public, and it could have been very easily used to communicate information that you didn't want to be heard over the general public transmissions. What's really interesting about that story, though, is the fact that within 30 minutes of the landing on the moon, that story was circulating around NASA that, hey, guess what? They saw something on the crater, they were all upset, they didn't know what to do, they didn't know if they should go out.
It is interesting when you watch the feed of when they came back from the moon. They're not sitting there jumping up and down for joy and saying, I had the most incredible experience of my life. I was on the moon. They're not saying that. They look very sullen, very depressed, and looking down. They almost look like they want to vomit. That's how disturbed they look. Could they have seen something there that they didn't want to tell the public because of the implications?
I believe that what this country set out to do was something that was going to be done sooner or later. We find for the first time that man has the flexibility or the option of either walking this planet or some other planet. It's a beginning of a new age.
After Apollo 11, NASA would send 6 more manned missions to the moon, culminating with Apollo 17 in 1972.
One of the most interesting questions with regard to our interaction with the moon is why we have never gone back there again since the Apollo missions. And what else?
difficulty there is just basic physics. So this remained a puzzle until about 20 years ago when another theory came along, and that is that the proto-Earth was very early on in the history of the solar system, hit by a Mars-sized body. Hit a nucleus.
I had a cocktail on me.
Catastrophic collision of two things, at just the right angle to form this belt of debris that then formed the moon. But the moon, its exact size is such that it gives us total eclipses. Its disk exactly covers the sun. And the chances of that occurring are so literally astronomically small. It's very disturbing.
The sun's diameter is 400 times greater than the moon, and coincidentally, the sun also happens to be nearly precisely 400 times further away. This is the reason that the sun and the moon appear the same size in the Earth's sky, and why we on Earth can experience eclipses of the sun.
It's just perfectly in that orbit to eclipse our sun. The odds of the moon being in that orbit accidentally are a zillion to 1. So that right there is evidence that our moon is in a perfect orbit around our planet that's
not accidental. In order to have solar eclipse, the moon has to be exactly the size that it is, which is 2,160 miles. Not 2,161, not 2,159, but 2,160 miles at its equator. And there are people out there that actually think that's crazy. The fact is that is by design.
Throughout our observable galaxy, this relationship and others have not been duplicated. Other moons are sizably smaller by comparison.
Was it engineered? Maybe by aliens? And therefore, is our whole existence a planned event?
Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the perfect size and placement of the moon may not be the product of mere chance, but was engineered by extraterrestrial beings in Earth's prehistory. As evidence, they point to ancient accounts that speak of a time before this celestial object even existed. Beginning in the 5th century BC, Roman and Greek authors wrote of a time before there was a moon in the heavens. Allusions to this can also be found in the Hebrew Bible. And there are Zulu legends that say that the moon was brought to Earth hundreds of generations ago.
Wawani and Mapanku were the names of two Zulu deities from prehistory. The Zulus have a legend that it was they who brought the moon into existence. They supposedly did so by stealing an egg from a giant sky dragon, hollowing out the centre, the yolk of the egg, and then rolling the resultant planet across the sky to become the moon. And the reason that the Zulus say the moon was put there was to keep an eye on human beings.
The Zulu legend is really interesting. We first heard about it from the Zulu shaman named Fredo Mutwa, and he talked about the fact that the moon was towed into our orbit. And when it did so, it caused all kinds of floods and cataclysms, and it changed the axis of the planet, and you can't help but wonder, could the moon be an artificial satellite? Could the moon have come from somewhere else and is now used as an observational base for extraterrestrial beings?
Is it possible that the Zulu legend is true, as ancient astronaut theorists suggest? Was our moon towed into place in the remote past? Perhaps further clues can be found by examining the scientific evidence suggesting that the moon is, in fact, hollow. The surface of the moon is scarred with tens of thousands of impact craters of various sizes. Scientists suggest this is due to the fact that there has never been an atmosphere on the moon to help protect it from bombardment by space debris. There are no natural erosive forces, like wind or flowing water, to affect its surface. And there is little geologic activity to conceal damage done throughout the moon's history.
When you study the distribution of craters, you find the surface is totally saturated. That is, that there are craters within craters within craters, right down to the smallest scale of size.
One of the things that's really interesting about lunar craters is that even though some of them are very large and some of them are very small, they all seem to have the same depth. And that really shouldn't happen on a planetary body. There should be variation in depth. So why are the moon's craters so uniform? It's really, really unusual, and it's really not explainable in terms of conventional or established geophysics.
Some of the craters on the moon are nowhere near similar to what they should look like. In fact, they are incredibly wide craters, and wherever the impact point is, they're convex, which means there's still the bulge of the moon, so this doesn't make any sense.
It's likely that there is something under the lunar surface which is very resilient and which is preventing craters going any deeper than they do. This could only really be either much harder rock, which it can't be because of the mass of the moon, or alternatively a metal sphere of some kind which is preventing more damage.
Does the uniform depth of the craters on the moon suggest some sort of metallic barrier underneath moon rock and dust? But if so, why wouldn't mainstream scientists acknowledge this? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that by doing so, they might also have to acknowledge that the moon may be hollow.
Well, I'm gonna go in the car at night. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.
20th, 1969.